Hey everyone, welcome back to Linux Network. Today we're looking at the brand new Chackyos August 2025 release. This is already the 6th release this year and it brings some really exciting improvements. We've got a new package dashboard, better stability, updates for gaming with Proton, and more. So, let's break it down. One of the biggest new features is packages.chackyos.org. This is basically a dashboard where you can check the version of all packages used in Chackyos. You can sort them by architecture, repository, name, and even see when each one was updated. The cool thing is that it shows the pkg build source, so you'll know exactly if a package comes straight from Arch Linux, if Chackyos has modified, or if it's pulled from the AUR. And for people who like transparency, you can even download the binary directly. This makes it easier to inspect what's inside or install it manually if you ever need to. Next up, stability. Some users reported issues with the latest stable Linux kernel. To fix this, Chackyos now installs the LTS kernel by default as a fallback. So, if your system runs into problems, you can always boot into the long-term support kernel. The installation ISO also switched from the stable kernel to the LTS kernel. That way, your live system boots more reliably, especially on tricky graphics hardware. Of course, there is a trade-off. Newer GPUs may need a more recent kernel. If that becomes a problem, the team may include two kernels in the future ISOs. There is also a new desktop option in the online installer, Niri Window Manager. Chackyos provides a few ready-to-use .dot files, so you don't start from scratch. If you want to learn about the key bindings and configuration, you can check the wiki page. This is great if you like trying modern tiling window managers with a polished starting point. By the way, if you're enjoying this overview and want to see more Linux updates and reviews, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. It really helps support the channel and keeps you updated. If you use Grab with BTRFS, bootable snapshots are now enabled automatically, just like they already were with Limin. This means if a package update breaks something, you can roll back to an earlier snapshot and get your system working again. It's a really nice safety net for beginners and advanced users alike. For NVIDIA users, SOX Sleep is now enabled on supported hardware. That means you can put your system into a modern low-power standby, while still receiving notifications and background events. Basically, better battery life and less hassle. Another new feature is Cache Update, which is now part of the Chackyos repository. It's a fork of Arch Update and shows you a little system tray icons whenever updates are available. It checks both the official repositories and the AUR. Right now it checks pretty often, but the team is considering a slower schedule, maybe every 2 to 5 days depending on the feedback. You can enable it through the Welcome app under Tweaks. And now for gamers, which I know many of you care about. Proton Chackyos got a lot of love this release. There is a new DLSS upgrader, so you can always get the latest version of DLSS. You just enable it with an environment variable. Same thing for Intel's XeSS and even AMD's FSR4 if you're on RDNA-free GPU. NVIDIA libraries are now bundled, so features like physics can actually work in games where they were disabled before. You also get per game shader caching, which reduces stutter over time. And for older GPUs, there is an optional DXVK replacement called DXVK Sarik. This is experimental, so don't use it with multiplayer anti-cheat games, but it's a great fallback if your hardware doesn't fully support Vulkan 1.3. There are also a lot of fixes. The Limin bootloader now works better on MBR systems and Windows Dual Boot is fixed out of the box. BTRFS snapshots also boot correctly under GNOME. Even the installer button got smarter. It now uses fallback IPs if the main server can be reached. So, that's Chackyos August 2025 release. Between the package dashboard, kernel improvements, new desktop options, gaming features and stability fixes, it's a pretty solid update. If you're already using Chackyos, make sure to check out these new features. And if you're new, this may be the perfect time to try it out. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, subscribe and ring the bell for more Linux content.